Alright, anyway, this is an impromptu studio walkthrough. Some people have been asking me about what I have here, and I've kind of traded off and sold some stuff that I wasn't using to get stuff I needed and wanted. So yeah, we're pretty solid here now. Here's some of the guitars. 70s Strat with Fralins. Actually, that's the guitar I learned how to play on, and a couple Les Paul standards, different pickup configurations, a 335 of P90s, two tellies. One sounds really fat. One kind of sounds like a kind of a killer Nashville telly. Baritone, a Nash P bass, and an Ibanez 5-string with Bartolini's. Pretty much everything's got custom everything in it. All kinds of custom wiring, custom pickups, ranging from 10s to 12s depending on the tuning. I've also got a Junior here. I've got a couple guitars in the back and a bunch of acoustics and 12 strings. Got a Martin and a Taylor. This is the studio drum set. I just happen to be tracking drums, so it's sitting here. Yamaha Custom 1316 1824 with a 6.5 by 14 Black Beauty, Zildjian cymbals, and you can see a bunch of the microphones. That should be down the hi-hat, but so we can walk through. We put it up. SM81s on the cymbals. On the spot mics. Loughton Clarions on the overs. 421s. Toms 57. Snare top and bottom. Audix D6 out, Beta 52 in, and 160s for room mics, a pair of them. Also have a couple of large diaphragm condensers. Been using that Charter Oak 538B a lot, and SM7. Here's kind of my pedal. It's kind of a mess. This is impromptu. Look at this. How many people give you their studio walkthrough and it looks like a band is living here. I got the Digitech Whammy and the Line 6 guy with all the, modular stuff. I've got the Martini chorus pedal, very cool. This is awesome. The Memory Boy with tap tempo, really great echo, like just the best echo. Electric Mistress. Don't stand so. Phase 90 volume pedal, Hall of Fame reverb. That's really cool. So for some reason I ended up with an Ebo in there. Wah, Big Muff Fuzz, a vintage deluxe Memory Man, small clone. Yeah, kind of a bunch of pedals. I've got some other ones too in the back. Some other distortion pedals. And then you come up here and I've got some pedals too. I've got an OCD and a Maxen's Tube Screamer and the old EQ for inline on the Mesa Boogie. So the amp rack is Seritone Plexi 100. Whoa, killer. 77 JMP, 50 watt stock, except for the little bias mod so it can use EL34s. That is, man, that sounds like early Def Leppard. Killer. Get the AC/DC thing. Here's a 7100 watt Super Tremolo, modded by Friedman with the kitchen sink, and you can get the whole kind of Van Halen to Metallica, Alice in Chains thing with this. Diesel VH4, Orange Rock Reverb 50, MK1, an old 2-channel triple rectifier Rev G, Rev 2 Uberschall, a 78 Ampeg SVT, and an AC30. And man, I'm telling you, it's been the hunt of a lifetime. This is really just the palette that I need. And there's a MIDI keyboard in front of it. How scary is that? But everything's maintained by Yance, and my amp guy, and tubes by Laura the Valve Queen. Dave Friedman's not around anymore because I'm in North Carolina, so not much with Dave these days, but Dave used to take care of him. Anyway, and Dave did an awesome job on that 71. That thing just kills. So there you have it. And then you come over here, and you've got a pair of H3000s. Usually one set kind of to a doubler, and one set for like a split harmonizer. You use them on vocals, guitars, sometimes guitar solos, harmonies. Nafex oral exciter with the big bottom, tuning function for toms inserted on the deck, PCM 42, PCM 70, retro stay level, fatso, hammer and nail, a pair of 1176s, original vintage Pultec from 1951, like second year, old school, old tuner. Also API 2500, distressor with Britmon, a boiler made like the guy had enough to make like one more. He made this for me custom. This is the original guy that like worked at the company, or I don't know, had something to do with making him, Pierre. And it's got the Joe Barresi and Michael Brower mods on it. It has the 95 kilohertz side chain for more bottom end, and it also has the distortion function, and the buttons are on the front, and that's really killer. That is rock and roll. Avset, which kind of is mission control, 1178, use that a lot on harmonies, inserted on the board. Fatso is mostly for parallel drums. Hammers on the master bus, and the nail's been kind of floating. I took it off the master bus and I've been using it on kick. So we're starting to mix some new tunes next week, and we're going to kind of switch stuff around, see where we're at. Sans amp, that's the RBI with the sweep midsection. That's just an all-around cool thing to have in the studio. Also in parallel, I have the Cosmo for drums and bass, for subharmonic, and Punch 10, which is a really tricky little piece of gear to find. I use that insert on kick and snare for subharmonic. And like Reese says in the video, it is tighter. Like the Cosmo's more like pooah, like more just big and in your face, and the Punch 10 is like doom, doom. It seems to track faster too, I think, because there's like a synthesizer going on with these things, because it's like creating that octave below thing, and it seems like the Punch 10 is really fast, so it's good for like, especially like kick and snare, like pop, you hit it. Crossover, a couple of I've got a vintage Neve 1073, came from Bearsville. Maybe Jeff Buckley sang through it. Wouldn't that be awesome? And a Brent Averill 1023, and a pair of Brent Averill 1023 MPFs with the 1200 300 ohm switch on the front. Really awesome, really awesome. Pair of vintage Neves, pair of the EM whatever, Ericsson Montesi's. Been using that red a lot again, man. You go through phases with gear. That red is just really nice, man. A lot of bottom end color. It's got kind of a unique sound. Also, the back 500, which has been kind of on bass. A pair of the Electrodyne EQs, just killer for guitars, man. The 5K, and a pair of EMP EQs, which is on the bus, mostly bumping 60, sometimes a little 4K, and then 3 pairs of Pacificas. Using those a lot for female vocals, harmony vocals, and when tracking drums, like all the cymbals, overheads, rooms, the spot mics for the hi-hat, and the ride. I really like the way it just kind of shimmers. The old radio that we mix with. I think Michael Brower is actually going to be like sending out or selling a radio at some point that people can buy to mix with. He's got his radio that he loves. All right, house clock is the Antelope. And then the old Sync IO Spit and Simpty. And then down here I've got 4 Apogee 16X's, 1 in, 3 out. So I've got 16 in and 48 out. And the 48 out goes to this guy. This is a 1986 SSL 6048 EG Plus with automation and total recall, and just totally awesome. 48 black EQs. This was like a flagship year for the E-Series console. Just sounds great. Runs great. We've been blessed. We've actually been here. It's been exactly 1 year. We moved in 1 year ago yesterday. So actually today was 1 year, because I think it was the second when Marco got it up and running, because yeah, he came out the morning of the second. We got it all set up on the first, and I think we had it plugged in about 3 or 4 hours and running. It was amazing. And some Focals, twin 6s, and I think I got a Blue Sky sub down there. Yeah, man, and that's it. Got the little baby Huey. Baby Huey. And then I got these speakers when I'm doing like long stints of editing, so I don't sit facing this way and then my left ear gets blasted with these guys. But that's pretty much it. In the back I've got a tent full of guitar cabinets, Marshalls, Mesa Boogies, Bogners, and I've got an 810 bass cab. Everything's all mic'd up and phased, so it's really easy. Just basically plug in and play. And I've been really digging the new sounds. You know, got rid of some amps. I had the dual rec, which I really loved, and then when I got the triple, it was just kind of more my thing. So we cut the dual loose, which is always sad, let an amp go, but you know, that basically the dual funded the triple. But yeah, this 77, oh my god, I think it's just killer, just absolutely perfect sounding. The Les Paul, the P90s, I used it with my yellow telly with the Lawler Specialties, like kind of the fat telly sound. Oh man, it was killer. Just absolutely staggeringly beautiful. Anyway, this is the Digs. Hemispheres recording, named after my favorite record when I was a kid. And I think Rush is actually coming down in concert this week, man. I haven't seen them. I think the last time I saw them was on Grace Under Pressure, and I was so mad because they were playing all this keyboard stuff and none of the old stuff, and I kind of was like, ah. But kind of found a new love for them. Been listening to them again after so many years. And there you have it. Maybe I should sleep. What do you guys think?